Everybody. Welcome to the advanced call. In today's training, we're going to talk about setting alerts. It's going to be a very how to make trading even more passive, even if you're trading on the lower time frames. So it should be a really good and helpful training for you guys. Okay, so we're going to practice setting alerts on our indicator. And then I'll also show you how to set them on just the regular EMA as well. Okay. All right, so at the very top left of my screen, so right now I'm on the daily time frame, okay? What I have up right now is just the daily time frame EMA. By the way, congratulations to anybody who hit take profit yesterday. We had a beautiful position on odd CHF, so many of you should have taken profit there. What a beautiful trade that was. Congratulations to those of you who took it. Okay, so you have our indicator. I also have my 21 EMA. Again, I'll show you setting alerts on the 21 EMA as well. But for now, let's of my indicator, there's three dots that say more. So you're going to click on that and you're simply going to select add alert. Okay. Now this is where you get to go in and customize what you want alerted on. Okay. So leave this condition, the top condition as it is, because you're telling it that you want to be alerted when the indicator does a certain thing. Okay. And for this example, I'm going to say I want to be notified every time that there is a buy alert. Okay. The time interval will be same as chart, meaning anytime I get a buy alert on the daily time frame, that's when this is supposed to alert me. Okay. And then down here where it says trigger, this is where it's going to be important for you to make sure you're selecting the correct trigger. If you say only once, that means every time the indicator that says buy pops up, you will be alerted one time. And the reason why you don't want to select that one or once per bar is because every time because our indicator is dynamic, it will constantly populate a buy alert over and over and over again until the candle is closed and then that's when you would take that buy position once you have a confirmed closed candle. So remember, as the candle's forming, sometimes it'll create an A plus candle, and then as it's fluctuating, the alert might go away and come back and go away and come back. So you don't want to be alerted every single time that happens, right? So these two triggers you do not want. What you want to be notified to is once per bar close, meaning I only want to be notified if there's an alert when the alert is a solidified alert, meaning when the candle closes and a new one is populating, and that is a confirmed buy position. Okay, so you're always going to select once per bar close, and then right here you can set a message. Obviously, right now it's already set to a buy retest signal. I see no reason to change that. And then where it says notifications here, if you click on that, you can have it send you an email. My recommendation is to have a designated email just for your alerts because you're going to get them all the time and it's going to really clog your personal email up. So if you want to send an email, that's fine as well. Make sure it's notifying you in the app. So you can also have push notifications sent to your phone. If you download TradingView to your phone, it doesn't matter if you set your alerts on your chart on your computer or on your phone. It'll pop up like an actual notification just as you would receive a message, okay? And then this is displaying on the actual desktop version, the show toast notification. It'll pop up on the left over here. These other ones I tend to turn off. I'm not really sure what the webhook URL is. Playing sound, that's up to you. It can get kind of annoying to hear the ding over and over and over again. But those are the top two that I typically have selected. And then what's really cool is if you have an Apple Watch or something that connects to your phone, you can receive those notifications to your Apple Watch as well, which is actually super helpful if you are trading on the lower time frame, okay? And we're going to talk about that in a second. So your first alert that you're setting on this symbol is buy alerts. Once you have everything else set the way you want it, click create. Now, if you want to be notified for sell alerts, you have to go in back to the three dots, select add alert. And you have to tell it in the condition to also notify you when you have sell alerts. And then, of course, go through and make sure you select once per bar close, okay? And then click create. Okay, so let's talk about how to utilize this on the lower time frame. Okay, so let's say, for example, I have seen a lot of amazing traders in our community utilize lower time frames in a more passive way. Okay, so if I go to my settings and I'm going to turn off my daily EMA. And let's say I want to be notified on the 15-minute time frame every time there's an A plus entry off the 15-minute EMA. Okay, this is so, so cool. Okay, so I'm going to go up to the three dots again. So right now you can see I have my 15-minute EMA on. I'm on the 15-minute time frame. You can see all of my beautiful alerts that happened throughout the day today. Okay, beautiful trends. My goodness, this symbol is just gorgeous. Okay, so click the three dots. We're going to click add alert. Um, Again, you're going to go through and set your buy alert. Okay. And then same as chart, meaning you want to be notified every time a candle meets the A plus criteria on the 15-minute time frame with the 15-minute EMA. Okay. Once per bar close. Okay. The only thing I will say when it comes to setting this trigger is there is um, there are some pros to having it notify you every time once per bar. The 15-minute time frame, it's not too necessary to do this, but if you're trading on the lower time frames, you kind of want to be made aware early on when there's a potential entry opportunity. So as that starts to populate, as price is touching your EMA, you kind of want to be alerted to the fact that there might be a potential entry. Right. And so you want to be ready to set that position if you're trading on the lower time frames, right? So sometimes if you are only setting it to once per bar close on those lower time frames, that might cause you to accidentally miss an entry because you weren't alerted to it early on as a potential entry. And then again, remember, it's only a solidified entry once the new candle is starting to populate and the candle with the alert closes with a confirmed alert. Okay. So once per bar close. And then where you want it to alert you at, click create. And then remember, go back in and also set your sell alerts. Okay. So I want to set my sell alert once per bar close or once per bar. That's fine too for the lower time frames. And then click create. Okay. So now where do you go and find your alerts? So look at my mouse here. Over on the very, very, very right-hand side of my computer, all the way to the far right, you'll see where it says alerts and you can see 10 here. If I select that, it's going to pull up all the alerts that I have had active in the past and then the current alerts that I created here. Okay. So if you want to delete any of these alerts, you can go into options and then you can just kind of delete all the inactive ones, of course. So that's going to show just my active ones. And then you can go back in as well. And then you can select, actually, hold on. Let's see here. We want to go in and edit these alerts. Oh, here we go. So you go to your settings. Obviously, you can edit through your settings or you can simply delete with the trash can. Okay. So I'm going to go in and delete these because I don't want to be notified every time we get a trade on the 15-minute time frame. So now I'm going to show you an even more complex way to utilize your alerts. Okay. So let's go see. Let's say, for example, I want to be alerted. Let's go to my EMA here. Let's say I only want to be alerted on the 1 hour EMA. Okay. Let's turn that off. So now I have my 1 hour EMA. Okay. If I go to my settings, click add alert, but I'm on the 15-minute time frame still. Okay. Can you guys see that? I'm on the 15-minute time frame still. And I want to set alerts here. I can set buy and sell alerts specifically for this EMA, okay? Or I can go and select a different time frame that I want to set it at. How cool is That. I love it so, so, so much. Okay, so good. Now let's go. It's very similar with our regular 21 EMA. Okay, so you're going to go into the three dots, select the more, click add alert. Now for this one's a little bit more complex. Okay, so we have our 21 EMA. We have it selected EMA. So every time price meets the EMA, that's what we're telling it. Okay. If we select value, we need to select 21 EMA. Okay. Obviously, I have it same as chart. Once per bar close, everything else is good to go. We want it on crossing. So anytime price goes to cross or touch the EMA, that's when we will be notified to potentially look out for an opportunity. Now, remember, this is not going to alert you when there's a buy or a sell. It's simply going to alert you every time a candle touches or crosses with price briefly, even if it might cross price. It might cross the EMA briefly and then set you up for an A plus entry. But remember, this is not going to tell you if there's a buy or a sell. Only our indicator does that. You have to determine then what direction you're setting your trade. You have to determine the A plus entry, all of those things. But at least this is going to notify you every time a candle touches or crosses your EMA. Okay, so that's very important to note is you still have to do then the work afterwards to decide to determine is this a buy position or a sell position. This is only going to notify you every time a candle touches the EMA. Okay. Having it trigger to once per bar or once per bar close, either one is fine. Anything lower than the 15-minute time frame, if you want to be notified all throughout the day, every time there's a potential entry opportunity, I would do once per bar just so you can get prepared either on your phone or on your computer to be ready to take that position. Okay. So there you go, guys. That is as simple as can possibly be. It would be the same thing with the daily time frame, although you don't really need alerts for the daily time frame because you only get on one time per day to look for those potential A plus positions anyways. So I don't think it's necessary, but really the 4 hour and down, wow, these alerts can come in so much handy because you can go and just live your life. You don't have to sit in front of your computer for hours at a time. If you want to be notified on your phone every time there's a potential position to take, you can do that on the go, right? So you don't have to always be checking to see, what the opportunities are. And even this, looking at this, man, we can just see so many beautiful opportunities, even on, oops, we still have our 1 hour EMA up, but let's go to our 4 hour EMA and let's go see what this looks like. And you can simply choose one symbol. How cool is this? You can choose one symbol to just be alerted on every time. Beautiful winning position. Another, let's see, we got a sell there. We didn't get entered in. This was another beautiful winning position. This is another beautiful winning position. And you can simply just wait for those alerts to come in. When those alerts come in, you go to your phone, you set the position, and then you go and live your life. And you can do that on the 1 hour. You can do that on the 15-minute, 10, 5, whatever you are most comfortable with. But wow, so beautiful, you guys. I hope that was helpful for you. Let me know if you guys have any other questions about setting alerts or how best to use them. And I hope that this was very helpful for you. Bye, guys.